So, hello everyone, this is Ikenna351. I'm back. This video is going to be specifically for men. Like I said, specifically for men. It's going to be what will improve men's life. Women, of course, you are allowed to watch if it interests you, but I'm not going to say anything. The message is not for women, it's for men. Since this video is going to be for men, I really want to appear in my full masculine attire. It's going to be one of my sunglasses. Probably I'll be wearing my sunglasses anytime I'll do a full-time MGTOW video. So here it comes. See, it's not enough to say you want to go your own way. As a man, you know, that you want to be a MGTOW or you're already a MGTOW and you want to go your own way and do your own things, not what the society expects you to do. It's possible you say that and you have the way to do it. But then you look at what you are doing, the actions you are taking, and realize that it's contradicting your way. Because what most times controls our actions is our belief systems. Beliefs can be so strong that it will overshadow the way. Because these are programs. Beliefs are more like programs. They are thoughts. Thoughts you've been thinking over and over from childhood. So it forms a perspective in you. You always think, every time you are thinking, you think towards that. It forms a perspective and you always act on it. For example, you might say, oh, I'm done with Christianity, or I'm done with religion. But then when you are out, you are doing certain things, or you are saying certain things, you realize that, you know, those attitudes or your utterances stay in lines with those religious or Christian beliefs or principles, and which can be very frustrating. So when you want to go your own way, you really need to find something to replace those old beliefs. You need to let go of some of the beliefs that are no longer serving you, or probably the beliefs that hold you in your, you know, that probably formed your previous life, which you want to let go. That's your belief system. Now, one of the ways to let it go is to find something interesting, something you are passionate about, that you've given up a long time, or because of so-called responsibilities, you let them go and focus on what the society or everyone wants you to do. So you need to go back to those activities that are fun to you. When I mean fun, I mean even when there is nobody involved in that activity, even if it's only you, but you feel very excited doing it, you need to go back to it. Now, one of the things that I realized that makes men to be very unhappy in whichever state, even if you are a MGTOW, men going their own way, or you're a married man, or you are dating, maybe you are still dating women, or wherever you are. It can be very frustrating when you live feminine life and not masculine life, because you can see the way society is going. Society is moving towards femininity. Most men are turning into feminine. In fact, it's not even just turning into. From childhood, they are programmed to exhibit feminine energy. So it's more like, the only thing is they battle with their natural energy and the learned energy. So it becomes a problem as they are growing up. like I was saying, one of the things that contradicts your energy or that makes you unhappy. The energy that makes you unhappy is the fun things in your life you have let go of. So the question is, are you willing to really go full MGTOW, or man going his own way, or really want to start exploring your masculine energy, whether you are married or not? If you really want to do that, then what are the things you have given up, or probably you've been doing, and so all of a sudden people talk you out of it, or you actually want to do it and they discourage you from doing that because to them it's not for every other people's benefit. So they discourage you from doing it because it doesn't benefit others. Those are the things that will help you to transit to another frequency, to make you move away from those old beliefs. I'm going to use vehicles, for example. Look around you, you will find that most cars people are buying now are pure feminine cars. Yeah, because it's in economics, it's called demand and supply. They are pure feminine cars. More women are driving, and of course, like I said, there are more feminine men in the world now than masculine men. So there is huge demand of feminine cars. So the manufacturers have no option than to design cars that suit feminine energy. But what ends up happening is when men buy those cars, after a while, it becomes so boring to them that it may not even last a year within them. They want to upgrade, to change the vehicle. They say, oh no, I want to take, but it's not because of that, because there is no fun in the vehicle. They don't derive any fun. It's no joy. It's boring them. In fact, the car it's more like becoming depressing to them. Because men are wired to do inspired action. It's very funny in US. I'm talking about Americans now. In US, Canada, wherever, Europe, but specifically US. They are known for one of the great cars in the world, and that is Mustang. I'm not here to diss on people or trying to shame people or that made different choices from mine. But if I were in America and I have the opportunity to buy a Mustang GT, I don't see the reason why I would buy an automatic GT Mustang. I mean, come on, if you are driving a V8 in a car, what are you doing with automatic? Because my point is, these are the things that bores you. Even though it doesn't matter how many speed the transmission have. As long as it's automatic, it's automatic. These are things that it may sound good the first week, the second week you have the car, but it takes fun out of the driving. Because you're a man, my man likes to do things that are very inspiring. That action, it's called inspired action. You want to engage in certain things that makes fun of it. You are the only one in the car, but you feel so good driving it. Every time you enter behind your wheel, you feel very good. Because those engines in those muscle cars are masculine engines. These are pure, even the sound, very raw, sound very rugged. They don't put their sound to please the women. But those transmissions rubs out the fun in the whole vehicle. I know some people may have their own opinion why they choose it or may not consider. But then, like I was saying, you need to find some incentives into your life, because, like I said, you may have the way, but if you look around you and find out that some of the things you still do are still feminine, things designed for femininity, and you are doing them, there's no way you'll be happy, because yeah, you have the will, but you still have those beliefs that, oh, probably you need to be driving this boring car because it's more economical, or you need to be driving this small car because I don't need buying this big car or this sports car that may cost more to maintain. So you need to be driving this small one that will bore life out of you. That each time you enter it, there's nothing in it that will even make you happy. It will just be a mobility from point A to point B. The thing is, these are the things that will bring you back, and even when you're on your own, you will feel good. Even when you're not in the vehicle, even when you're passing through the vehicle, you're passing and you see the vehicle, you know, you get that satisfaction that yes, you are the man. This is yours. You go into it, you shift the gear, mechanical, you do it. I mean, this is masculine and I'm talking about, not some machine driving you. I understand that, yes, the whole world is moving towards electric vehicles that have no transmissions. But we are talking about 20 years or 10 years later in some countries where they made it, they said they will ban ICE vehicles 20 years later or whatever. Well, that's 20 years. When it comes, you deal with that. But right now, it's always about right now. You need to find something in your life that will keep you happy. Because you can say everything you want to say, go online, type whatever you want to type. But when you go out there and you are still engaging in those masculinities, those beliefs, because eventually it's still that gynocentric actions. All those cars are designed because of gynocentrism. Even all these electric cars, that's how I see it. Well, I wouldn't say electric cars, but probably self-driving cars. I mean, it's no longer driving. So what's the point? Well, I usually tell people, enjoy your car now, because after a while, once these self-driving cars come into this, and then you have to find something else to engage, to have fun. You can no longer get fun from vehicles. You can as well, what's the point of owning a car when you won't get to drive it? So there's not anything fun about it anymore. It doesn't matter how much power the engine possesses. But if you, as a man with all your masculine energy, you are not actually, you are not engaged with that power delivery, then the life will suck out of you. So these are the things you have to look at to get back to track, to be able to live. All my cars, I'm not saying this to make people feel that, oh, I'm anti-automatic. No. When I'm talking about fun cars, fun cars that makes you happy each time you enter it. It's not just about the power. Okay, what's the power? What's the point you press accelerator? You just, funny enough, most countries these days have speed limits. So you don't even get to enjoy the power the vehicle possesses, the engine possesses. But the fun of having those vehicles with the powerful cars is, even at the 70 miles per gallon speed limit or 120 kilometers per hour, you can still catch your fun with those few speed. You can shift and hold on, you know, with your legs and your stick. You can shift. By the time you get to that 70 miles per gallon, you catch all your fun, rather than the computer doing it for you, and you are just holding the steering. Yeah, for a while you may have the fun, but after a time it wears out. It's not really a fun, you know. But everybody have their own definition of fun anyway. So another aspect I want to talk about is you need to start spending money on yourself, your own money. Start spending it on yourself. Oh, by the way, I'm having my brand, the Guinness Stout African Special. So I always recommend this drink. This is a drink made masculine energy, for the masculine man. So, like I was saying, you need to start spending money on yourself as a man. But this may not, of course, men going their own way. The MGTOW or men or married men may not really, this may not really, this is something they already live in, so they may not more bother about it. But talking about men who are interested in women, who are married already, dating, or want to date, or whatever reason you have, that at least you are including women in that plan, or cohabitation, whatever. You need to stop belittling yourself and reducing your self-worth, and start spending your money on yourself. I know some people will say, what do you mean? Well, I run consultancy service, so people call me for seeking advice or services to, or how they can acquire a good Peugeot cars, or do some repairs, whatever it is. So that's what it is. So most times, you know, when they call me or contact me and we engage in the service, and while discussing, sometimes you will find out from them that, oh, they have this dream car. They've been dreaming about owning this particular Peugeot car, or this particular performance Peugeot car. They love this car probably from childhood, even though they are newer cars, but they still want to have that car. Why they probably in future, or probably later on, they acquire another newer one, but they want this their dream car, you know, and now they can afford it. So I'll be like, okay, fine. This and this and this are about the car, you know, okay. When if you are interested in this car, these are the do's and the don'ts of this car. So, you know. But at the end, he will now come up and say, oh, but I can't buy it because my woman, my girlfriend, my wife, or my mother, or my sisters, they don't like the car. And because they also want them to be driving the car, so it means I have to give up on that, my dream car, and buy the one they want me to buy, so that they will also be able to drive. Sometimes not just because they got that they will be involved in using the car. Just to them, no, don't buy this car. Buy the one I believe is better for you. I mean, I've been to places where I've gone for inspection, and while inspecting the car, we've concluded, checked everything, and the car checks out. So while remaining now is for the prospective buyer, my client, to agree, okay, we'll make the payment. Before you know it, the client will pick the call and start calling his wife. Oh, I've seen a very good car now. This is the one I want to buy. I'm so happy I've seen it. I want to make the purchase. I just want to get your permission before I make the purchase. I was like, what the fuck? No, seriously. And I mean, there was one particular one that was so irritating. The wife even has to tell him on the phone, said no. Said no. Even, I said, what irritated me in that case was, this man's wife has her own vehicle. She has her own vehicle running in good condition. But this man just wanted to buy this car because I gave him an option. I said, okay, when we go there, since you said you're interested in this, there's another one that has a higher specification and engine that you will enjoy. So eventually we found that one, and the wife is not telling her no, that she prefers he buy one with a 4-cylinder and not V6. Right there in the process, even after doing everything, the man said no, that he was no longer buying, because his wife that has her own car, driving her own car, made the decision, even with not even her money. So, I mean, guys, what is wrong? And then, see, I don't blame women for being manipulative. I don't care. Some men may not like what I'm saying. As far as I'm concerned, why would you see yourself so valueless? Don't you have some little love for yourself? I'm talking about yourself now. That nothing else matters except what somebody else decides for you. Why do men belittle themselves whenever they get involved with women? Why do they see themselves as sacrificial lamb, as useful tool, useless tool? Your own money, your own this thing, but if she doesn't accept it, then you are not buying. It's at the end of the day, how can you be happy? In fact, there was one case, this guy, he bought a Peugeot 406 with EW10 engine manual. A very working one. In fact, actually, he bought it before he came to me. So he subscribed to my service. He just wanted to get information on how to put, using the car and run it in good condition and all that. So I was so pleased with him and congratulated him for buying such a good car and his own too, that was in good condition. About days later, he called me and said, do you know anybody who might be interested in buying this car? So I was like, I thought this is the car you were so happy the day you came and, saying, you've been dreaming of having this car, now you have it. You are going to hold it. So why are you selling it all of a sudden after 5 days? Are you having issue with the car? I said, no, that the wife says she doesn't like the car because she also drives it. That she doesn't like the car because it's a masculine car. That you should sell it and get a feminine car, a feminine looking car. I just couldn't hold my anger. Of course, he was my client. There's no way I will try to, start to telling him how I felt about his decision. Because as I'm concerned now, that is decision. Even if somebody was manipulating you, you still made that choice to listen to that person or to disregard your own happiness to please another man's happiness or woman's happiness. So I said, fine. The only thing I told him was, well, I don't know anybody. Even if I knew, I just didn't want to help him on that. Let our wife go and sell the car for him. So I think it took around 2-3 months later, and I saw him driving another Peugeot anyway, but this time a Peugeot 206. So I asked him, oh, is this your car? Or, he borrowed the car. He said, oh, well, what happened was that you sold the car and bought another brand. I'm not going to mention that brand here, that the wife wanted or preferred. So 2 months later, 2 months into the ownership, you just couldn't live with it. According to him, that the car, he was so unhappy that he sold the dream car he was always looking for. Or he has been, he called it praying. He's a Christian. He's been praying to get. Now he has gotten it, and somebody else made the decision for him to throw it away. And the one he was using was a boring car, no joy in it. So what he now did was, according to him, he had to convince her to allow him to buy, this time around, a smaller Peugeot car, a little bit designed for women. So he went about the 206. So while now the wife is now driving the other brand, he sold the 406, the masculine Peugeot to buy. So she's now driving that one. Now, why he has now bought another smaller Peugeot, so that, according to him, even though it's not as sweet as the other one he sold was, but at least close to, so that he could have some form of happiness. I mean, I wish him well. Why I'm bringing up all these things is to show you guys how you are doing yourself. It's not the women. Because nothing stops you from sticking your foot on the ground and say, see, this is your money, this is your house, you are buying your own vehicle. If she can't drive it, it's not your problem. Because at the end of the day, you are the one being depressed, not her. You are giving up your happiness, not her. So don't think it doesn't matter. And don't blame them. I don't blame the women for manipulating men. I'm blaming men for allowing them to. Because at the end of the day, you find out that when somebody is manipulating you, you know. You feel it. As inside you feel that this thing is not right. As in, this thing feels awful. But you throw out all your logic and reasoning and your feelings because somehow you've been told that no, you have to sacrifice your own happiness and make sure that she is happy. You have to make sure, whatever it is, she's your priority. So how you feel doesn't matter. It's how she feels that she'll bother you because she knows it all. So what I'm saying is, start spending money on yourself. If you really, really want to live a happy life as a masculine man, you just have to start doing that. But it's a choice, you can throw it away. It's not as if I'm imposing my choices on you. I'm just pointing out things that, if you really want to be that happy, even if you have the way, that irrespective of your marital status, that you want to start living your masculine energy, exploring it. But those will, if you don't look at those beliefs that keeps you in that frequency and introduce another belief, then you will never leave that frequency. You will remain there. Another things I've observed men do for when they don't want to spend money on themselves. You see somebody, you'll be using an old, unsafe car tires that could, expire tires that are so bad as at probably 80 kilometers per hour, it could explode and call it whatever. And ask the person, guy, I know you can afford to change this tire. Even sometimes it could be that yes, they are not that old tire, but he will go and buy a cheap brand new tire that probably these unbranded ones or the ones that are not safe. Well, I will call it not safe because the quality are not known. Some of them even by me looking at them, you know that they are not guaranteed. Anything can happen on them when you're on very high speed. But you see men buying them. They'll tell you, oh, things are high, blah, blah, blah. They do that. They need to spend less in running their car so that they will have more to spend on their women or maintain their family. See, I'm not trying to stop you from doing what you need to do in your family to keep it running. That's not what I'm saying. But don't tell me that that you are ready to sacrifice your life in this physical body for your happy family or your wife to be happy. Because if you are running on those bad tires, which could explode when you're on highway, and if you end up in the bush and probably you are still alive, you survive it, but then they have to cut off one of your leg or your arm, or you stay in bed for the rest of this physical life. Which one is better? Will you be able to still make that money with those half of you? I mean, guys, you need to start thinking. To be honest, there are certain things my parents did for us when we were growing up. A certain extent they went to provide things for us. But right now, I know that it wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary because of knowledge I've gathered now about life. You don't need to. I don't need you to starve yourself or to deprive yourself so many things because, you love me unconditionally. But it doesn't mean you have to go that length. So you need to start taking care of yourself. That is called self-worth, self-love, self-value. Do things. Make yourself happy no matter what. Yeah, your wife, one thing, if you are denying your happiness on somebody else. That the only way for you to be happy until that person is happy. You are going to die a miserable man. You know why? Because anytime something happens and the person feels unhappy, you are going to be unhappy. And no matter you do, you can never satisfy another human being. I'm not saying that even men, it's not about just women. Because every man is selfish. Every human being, everything that lives on this earth is selfish. The only difference is that some will hide or try to manipulate you and tell you they are not. Everyone is selfish. So it's always about, just as some people have control on theirs by not invading another man's space to manipulate them with their own selfishness. Only thing is like somebody like me, what I do is I stay in my own space, focus in my own self, look out for what is best for me. But I'm not going to encroach another man's space to get something from him or manipulate him and take something that doesn't belong to me, or, act in a mischievous manner to deceive him because I want that thing or he owes or whatever he's owing. So these are the things you need to start doing. Look after yourself. Don't letting somebody else, don't stop relying or depending on somebody else for your happiness. Even if they are not happy, that doesn't stop you from being happy. You are not here. You see, the thing is, I understand that culture, tradition, religion, yeah, that's the most important one. They've inculcated on generation upon generation that as a man, your responsibility is to make her happy, make your family happy. That's all. Even if it kills you, it doesn't matter. Your happiness does not matter. In fact, you shouldn't even have any feelings as a man. Their own feelings should matter. They have the right to be selfish, not you. The funny thing is they will tell you, a man, you shouldn't be selfish. You should make your wife happy. It's wrong to be selfish, so your responsibility is to make her happy. But the funny thing is, so it means because it's all about self-interest. So her happy, it means that she gets to be happy. So it's her own selfish. She has to be happy, which is her own self-interest. But your own interest, the thing is, that's why I don't really I've said I call marriage bullshit, even though I'm not discouraging anybody to get married. No, if you want to marry, fine. Maybe it's your part. It's on your part. You can deal with it. No, me, I can't. I hate those games. I just hate anything that I have to be pretending or trying to do just to make it work. I don't. I'll tell you point and blank. It's not me. If you don't like it, out. So there's no point even engaging in it when I have to be listening to those bullshit. So those are the things you have to do for yourself as a man who wants to get back his masculinity. Another point is you need to start traveling. Yeah, I'm not saying travel outside the country. No, right now, what matters is right now, which of them can you afford? You may not even need to travel. What I mean travel, I mean, when was the last time you've gone to a hotel, lodged there, even if it's a night? You may say, oh, it's pointless. No, it's not. Just, even if it's inside the same town you live, maybe you can't afford to travel outside the town, but if you can, that's the best. Just fuel your car, drive to the next town, just look for one of the hotels you can afford, spend a night or two, then come back. When you go there, you don't need to hook up with women to spend the weekend or the night there. Just yourself. Spend money on yourself. Start valuing yourself. Start, live that happy life. When I'm saying that, it may sound, maybe with time I'll start telling you stories of one of the things I benefited while I was doing these things, how it transformed my life. These are the way you can be able to be as happy as I am, living a married happy life. Because trust me, these programs that they put in you when you are growing up, they form beliefs in you. It's not going to go out like that because you say, I'm going to reject society norms, I'm not going to get married. It's not going to be that easy. They will still be revolving because it's a program. So the best way you can deal with it is replacing it with another program. Like I always tell people, the best way of changing or leaving an addiction or something is replacing it with another addiction. Period. So if because we've been told that it's good to spend money or do everything for the society. So everything you are doing, you are just keeping and saving and spending just very little to eat and maybe buy dress. Once in a while, I say, you know what? I'm taking this amount from my savings. Just go there, go to the hotel, lodge there. Evening you come out, look around, buy drink, laugh, go to shows, listen to shows, watch shows, have your fun. It comes to that, dance. Don't get involved with other women. Dance, come back. Then after a night or 2 days, you drive back. Trust me, you are going to feel different. Not just feeling, you will see your life transform. You will see yourself dropping some of those beliefs that have been holding you back. You will feel complete because right now you are still feeling incomplete because their program is still there. That belief is still there that you are not complete until a woman comes into your life. That you are not complete until a woman tells you what you need to do. What I'm saying, even as a married man, yeah, you are married. I'm not telling you to leave your marriage. If you want to leave, fine. It doesn't concern me. I will even encourage you, but if you really love your woman or really want to be with her, it still doesn't stop you from doing what you want to do. Sometimes you can tell her, hey, I want to spend some time for myself. I'm going somewhere to spend the night. I'm going to this hotel. If she can't trust you, they feel that you want to cheat on her, well, that's her problem. You need to make her that. The thing is, somebody like me, most times I like to stay quiet, as in, I like quiet environment. So in my case, it's not even a big deal. I don't even need your permission. I don't even need to tell you. I'm telling you, unless maybe the first time I tell you, you react in a different way. The next time I won't tell you. If you don't like it, the door is open. I don't need you to trust me. I still have to do what I need to do. Because one thing I know about me is, I'm not going to ask you those questions. I don't care how many men you sleep with. It's your body, it's you. You're not me, I'm me. So, if you want to, if I don't even call it cheating. Because people call it, I don't call it cheating. I have nothing against any woman that wants to sleep with other men. Or other men that want to sleep with other women. You are an entity. You are an individual. You are an eternal being. So whatever you decide is you. It's your body. I don't own anybody. I don't owe you. You don't owe me. I'm not your property. You're not my property. So whatever you choose to do with your body is you. So I'm not going to ask you. I'm not going to get involved with you. What you are doing when I'm not there. At the same time, don't ask me those questions because that's the thing. So these are things you need to start doing for yourself. If you don't want to go out to a hotel, maybe just one day start your car, go to some quiet place or something, spend some that time for yourself. So these are the things I just wanted to talk about in this video. Because I know some men. I passed through these phases. I passed through them. Even before I knew about MGTOW or men going their own way, I passed through them. And I realized that, these are the easiest or simplest ways I could actually do this thing and let go of some of these beliefs. Like I said, no matter how strong your will is, your beliefs are stronger. Because your beliefs have already formed your reality. You are living already in that your reality because of your beliefs. Because beliefs are thoughts you keep thinking all the time. So they form your perspective of life. You see it becomes your reality. That's why most poor men, they feel very entitled, because poverty makes them feel entitled. That as if the world owns them. Everybody owes them. You're supposed to give them everything. Oh, this is a wicked man for not giving him money. Oh, this man refusing to do this for them, yet he has the money. You know, it's a belief. They formed it because to them, somebody put them in that position, in that situation. So it forms a belief. So no, it will take that person a very, I don't know. He has to find the person who is in that frequency, have to find a way to not really to let, you know, fade, because eventually the belief will fade, the old belief will fade away, but then they need to be replaced. Something else has to come in for all those ones to fade and go in the background. Once in a while you may come into a situation that will trigger them and they will come up, but they won't be as strong as they were when you are still staying in that frequency. So find a way to start spending money on yourself, start loving yourself. That you love yourself. When you say you love yourself, it doesn't stay with those words. They are just words. It's your action that determines truly your self-worth, your self-love. Because when you start doing that, you now realize that whatever anybody is saying about the choices you made, it won't really bother you anymore. Because you are doing what you want to do. You are going where you want to go. You know, you're not responsible to anybody. Even you as a married man, you find out that you start having some balls. So what is that car that you've been dreaming that, you know, you've not been able to do, or you chose not to buy because the world has been telling you is the wrong thing to do? Now is the time to start planning towards buying that car. I'm not talking about just car, I'm talking of fun. I'm talking about cars that will make you happy. Performance cars. You mustn't have to, whether new or old, it doesn't matter. Just the one you can afford, probably at that time, or a few weeks or months or whatever to come. Feel excited. Now this is the time to own that car. It doesn't matter. Just even if it's for 2-3 years or 1 year. 1 year of constant happiness supersedes everything. Because the more happy you are, the more things in your reality will start changing to bring in things that will keep you in that momentum. I'm just giving you my piece. Guys, it's up to you. It's not as if I know it all, but I know the best. All I know is the ones that works for me. So I'm just sharing it because eventually some people will be confused. What do we do? I'm driving fun cars. I have fun cars. So far, all of them are manual. In fact, one of them, there was a time I wanted to buy one of the Peugeot cars that have good specification, engine and all that. But because it didn't have any manual option, I chose not to buy it. But though later on I realized that one can actually, there's a gearbox that can be used to convert it to manual. So I'm beginning to consider that. So maybe I have not made my final decision, but I'm just trying to tell you things you can do. Start working towards certain things. Go and buy it. If you are driving a boring car, get rid of it. Buy something else that will keep you happy. Even if you want to drive automatic, but let it be a performance one. You are talking about masculinity. Not some feminine cars, they paint pink and enter inside, they look like a female car. Get masculine car and get into it and pull the gear, feel the mechanical. That's what makes you a man. I'm not saying you are not a real man. There's nothing like real men or fake men. No, I don't believe in that. As long as you have penis between your legs, you are a man. The only thing different is which energy do you exhibit? Feminine or masculine energy. Period. So I wish you guys the best, and probably do another video on another do another MGTOW video. So if you like this video, you can click like and subscribe to it, and press the bell button beside the subscribe button. Then you have more questions, you can post them. If you have your own opinion about the message I passed on this video, you can indicate them, put them in the comment section. Or if you have some topics you want me to talk about, or some views or story you want me to talk or share out and give my own perspective about it, you can send me the story or the question or to email, which is ikenna354@gmail.com. You'll find it down in the descriptions section. So I'm wrapping this video up, and I'm happy most men are now coming out. I'm so happy that it's not just me, other men are beginning to realize that, something has not been going the way they wanted, and now they are realizing it and becoming who they want to be. Like I said, I'm not limiting my videos to only unmarried men or MGTOW men. I'm talking of, if you're a man, fine, but whether married or not married, doesn't matter. But the most important thing is the masculinity. You need to live that masculine life. That you came here to be a man. There's a reason you chose to be that man. And being a man means masculine energy. But when you give it up because of the feminine or program, I understand these things are programmed. That's why men are behaving like that. But you can still let go of those programs. There are belief systems. The other belief systems that can come in and suppress those ones. So thanks for watching, and have a peaceful day.